Let's go for just bungalow. Oh, let's turn this back down because this game is so loud. Turn this way down here. Okay. I am very excited for this game to not be so loud in my ear. I am very excited for some of those games. I like too that it focused on stuff that we have not seen. It wasn't a bunch of, hey, remember this game? Because I feel like that's what you get with the Sony and Xbox and Nintendo, like the events that they do that are like more frequent lately, where you get like the Nintendo Direct and it's like, hey, you know this game that we said it's coming out? We have a new trailer for it. And it's like, okay, cool, yeah, I already saw. I like that this one, this Gamescom one was really just a lot of new stuff getting announced. How exciting. How exciting. I mean, I feel like Jeff Keighley does a good job of trying to, like, find new stuff. Not just always the sequels or the AAAs that people are already expecting or know about. And I am happy. I feel like we're in an era right now of gaming where people are actually doing new IPs again. There was a while there where I feel like every video game company was just depending on making sequels and trilogies and relying on, you know, what IPs they already had, continuing series. And I feel like a lot of those series got very stagnant. It became the kind of thing where you played the same game every new iteration that came out just because you know, like the first one or the second one or whatever. And it's nice to see that a lot more studios are, even if they're like somewhat continuing in the same vein of games, they're not just trying to continue stories or continue with the same gameplay all the time. I love that it seems like we're at an age where everyone's really trying new stuff a lot. Which is good, because innovation is where it's at. I feel like we're also having the opposite issue with movies currently, which I hate. Movies have been disappointing me lately where I'm like, everything is... There's just so much stuff that's just hinging on being a sequel or part of a universe or part of a franchise. And especially with movies, I just don't care. Yeah, definitely appreciate that. Yeah. I think it's better to have innovation and something new, especially since if it's something new, then you don't necessarily have preset expectations going into it. It's a lot harder to be disappointed. At least for me, I know it's how it feels. Like, I don't get disappointed with new games as frequently as I do with returning franchise. Save money for the movies, unfortunately. Yeah, for now. I feel like it just sucks because, I mean, everything's shit lately. You got, like, Jurassic Worlds, and those movies are genuinely not good. They may make a lot of money, but they're genuinely not good. And eventually the money will dry up. It has to. You can't have something that sucks, keep sucking forever. I mean, even Transformers started doing poorly, and that was a franchise that I feel like they thought was completely safe forever. And even that people got sick of after a while. Maybe it's also because I've been just disappointed with the movies that I have watched lately. Not all the movies that I've watched lately, but there's just a lot of movies that I've been like, oh, this should be a decent watch, and then I just come out of it and go, I didn't like that. I didn't enjoy my time. I could have done something more exciting, like power wash a fucking house. Don't they know? Important things to do. Oh, that's part of the gutter system. Okay. Gosh, I also started looking at rentals again. We're still trying to find a house to rent instead of an apartment. And I kind of gave up on looking for a while because it takes so much effort to like actually look well. So I started trying to dive a little deeper looking. Oh my god. If there's anything that I really just wish would stop happening. So many fucking real estate agents out there, and I know that right now there's so few rentals on the market that they get away with it and no one cares, and they can still sell their place or rent out their place even with the shittiest of listings. But oh my god, the bad photos. How many places I see where it's obvious that just the real estate agent walked in with a camera phone, taking a shitty ass picture. Oh my god, and the amount of times that you can tell that there's just like shit on the floor. There was one that I saw today where there was literally a door with a punch hole in it. Like someone had just fucking socked the door, and the door's like they could have closed the door and you wouldn't have seen. The door's like open. Apartment or house shopping is so time consuming and often depressing. It makes me infuriated, honestly. I hate it so much. Especially how many places, and I don't live in like a huge city. I'm somewhere where, like, I'm not in LA. So there's stuff that just pisses me off where I go, how are you getting off with charging this much for this shithole in a shitty part of the place that I live in? And they're like, oh, it's a 2-bedroom. That'll be $3K a month. Don't worry about the punch hole. Yeah, exactly. It's like a 2-bedroom house with like no AC, 1 bathroom, and they're like no pets. And then you look at the pictures and there's like shit on the floor. They obviously painted over some holes in the wall. Like how do you get off saying no pets? What the fuck are they gonna do to this place? They're like, oh yeah, by the way, $2,100 a month. And I'm like, what the fuck? $2,100? Fuck you. That's what. I mean, at least our apartment's very clean. When we moved in, it was, like, had been remodeled and stuff. Or there is pet rent. No, no, I am 100% fine with pet rent. You want to charge me pet rent? Please do. The amount of places around here, and these are, like, sometimes rural places. There's, like, houses on 3-acre lots that say no pets allowed. Period. That's it. No pet rent, no nothing. It makes me literally angry. I'm like, your backyard is a field. How are you saying no pets? This is the house on a 2-acre plot. How are you saying no pets? This is a fucking mobile home on an empty lot. How are you saying no pets? It's everywhere around here. No pets, no pets, no pets. The apartment we live in, they charge us pet rent, and the reason why we moved into the apartment was because I couldn't find a non-apartment that would, because we want somewhere with a yard or a house, or, you know, we want to not be in an apartment. We'd be okay with a duplex or any of that kind of stuff, but we want something more house-like with a, you know, garage, backyard, etc. But the only reason why we moved into an apartment was because it was the literal only place we could find that would let us have a pet. Even have a cat. I had someone be like, no cats. And I was like, he's old, he's potty trained, he's been potty trained for years, he doesn't go outside, he's like an indoor only cat. He's like 16 years old, he doesn't tear anything apart, he doesn't pee where he's not supposed to, he's totally fine, and they were like, no cats. Like, what the fuck? I mean, it didn't matter, we wouldn't have gotten our application looked at, even, at the time. But Def been there with no pets, yeah. Just, for whatever reason, the town I live in is really bad about it. It's extremely difficult to find something that's a house that, will let you even have a pet deposit and pay pet rent. I would love it if all these places charged me fucking pet rent. That's fine. Don't fucking care, just let me have a pet. And yeah, I mean, Jesse kept being like, well, we could just get them registered as emotional support animals. And I'm like, that's so fucking shitty, though. I'm 30. I shouldn't have to lie about having a fucking pet. I shouldn't have to sneak my cat. Yeah, they're ruthless right now. I shouldn't have to sneak my cat into a house I'm paying for. Well, paying rent on, whatever. It's paying their mortgage. Also, just if a lot of these places were even slightly worth the amount they're charging, that would be nice. Fucking saw one today that was 700 square feet. 1,700 a month. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. 700 square feet. 1,700 a month. And this was like a crack shack. Bad area. Not a good part of town. Oops, I keep doing that. House that probably looked like this. And they're like, oh yeah. When the pictures of the bathroom, they haven't even cleaned the mirror, that's another one that bugs me. Oh, clean the fucking mirror before you take a picture in the bathroom. I see that one far too often where I'm like, it's not even hard. It's not hard to clean a fucking mirror. Weekly. But it's all good. It's all good. I used to have to choose between crappy area with decent place or crappy place and decent area. Now it's just crap. Yeah. I was even like, well, if we stop eating food, we stop eating, we might be able to afford this place. And this is a nice house, fine neighborhood, all that. We just have to stop eating food. That's all. And it's not like me and my boyfriend have, like, shit jobs or anything either. We make good money. We make, between the two of us, we make over 3 figures in a year. If you stop eating, that'll solve all your problems. No, that will make me immensely depressed. I get too much of my happiness through food. That's like my reward system for myself too, like, oh, if I get all of my work done this week on Friday when it's my day off, I'm gonna order like this fancy food stuff. But I gotta get all my work. It's like how I trick myself into doing more. So I'd be very sad. But I'd have money. Enough money to live somewhere, I guess. I'd be sad, but in a pretty home. It's just all very bad still. We haven't quite gotten out of this, this bubble of, like, housing crisis bullshit. Waiting for... It's gonna pop! It's gotta pop soon! Gosh, then I have some friends that are like, oh, I'm gonna buy a house. I'm like, wait, now? Like, are you serious? Why now? Where are you buying this house from? Do you have a guy? Do you know a guy who has, like, some inside info that I... Because, I mean, that's even worse than renting right now. You're getting screwed if you buy a house right now. Ain't gonna pop until we build a few million housing units. Really the worst when you have good jobs and money. You can understand when you're not making much. Yeah. I mean, again, I think between me and my boyfriend we make probably somewhere between 120,000 and 140,000 a year. Might have a speculative crunch like after 08, but that rebounded so quickly for a reason. Yeah, but 08 was awesome. I'm waiting for the 08. Because, that 08 fucking crash, my sister's, husband, he got his house for, like, $100,000. He bought a house for $100,000. Of course, he ended up refinancing, and now he could have just paid it off, but now he owes more on it. That's why getting a second mortgage or refinancing is not always a good idea. We hit 25% unemployment. This is in this county in 08. Yeah. Oh, I know. Trust me, I know. My dad had lost his job about 2 years before the 08 crash. 08 just cemented in him not being able to fucking get a new job. By '08, I already had been trying to pay rent so my mom could afford the fucking mortgage payments for 2 or 3 years. And we were able to hang on to our house until about when did they sell it under us? We were trying to sell our house, and then the bank sold it out from under us in 2010, I want to say. I know so much about the '08 crash because it fucked up my entire life. I'd love for housing prices to go down with the terrible recession, knock on wood or something. I mean, according to a lot of people that I've talked to, the housing bubble is looking to burst again. Especially since now there's some China stuff going on. China's about to hit a bad recession. With a lot of the shit that China was doing in our housing market. It could mean a lot of houses get put out on market. Because, you know, which would be nice. But also, like, you have a lot of... There has been a lot of stuff, like, people, especially in California, they were saying that 5 years ago, too, foreign investors, a very significant portion of our housing stock. Yes, but there's also a lot of things specifically right now because of the repercussions of quarantining and the stay on evictions that was going on. There's a lot of stuff right now going on. And now this is from people who literally work in real estate. This is like Jesse's stepmom. I had to think about how she was related to him for a minute. Jesse's stepmom is the VP of a real estate company, and this is like shit that she's saying is going on. That there's a lot of things that will likely lead to another bubble burst very soon. And now when I say very soon, that's of course soon in terms of how real estate stuff moves. So very soon still means like a year or two. Year or two, I guess, minimum, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff like too that the 2020 like state of eviction caused shit to go on that now like there's repercussions from that still going through, where you have a lot of people who didn't pay for a very long time who are getting to get off scot-free, no longer get to get off scot-free, but still haven't bounced back. Unemployment going up and stuff like that. It all leads to housing problems. And, you know, I will say too, I'm not a fucking housing expert. I don't know. I didn't go to school for this shit. But I just listen to people who did. And I trust, again, I mean, she's a very intelligent lady. She's VP at a company that knows this shit, you know? I assume she knows what the housing market's about to do. Either way, I don't think buying a house right now is what you want to do. Buying a house right now is not good. You gotta wait. Gotta wait until that shit goes down again. Again. Fucking $100,000. Motherfucker got a... I think it's 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. Now, of course, it was a fixer-upper when he got it, but, I mean, at that price, like, I think he had to replace one of the bathrooms, like the toilet wasn't working, so he had to do some plumbing type stuff, but who cares? Plus, he knew how to do it all, so he did most of the work himself. Very cheap. Of course, then the stupid motherfucker went and was like, oh, but if I refinance, the bank will just give me this much money. And I'm like, that's not free money. The bank doesn't just give you that money. You have to pay that money back. Trying to time the market is a shit show. Can't predict the future. Might even better to get a more expensive house if it locks in a lower rate. I don't know. I mean, I disagree. Although I don't want to own a house here. Honestly, I've never even wanted to buy a house. I've always been highly against buying a house. Probably because of the trauma of, you know, when... When someone just shows up at your door one day and says, hey, I bought your house at an auction, are you guys living here? And then you find out that you have to move in 2 weeks. And yes, I know legally we would have had longer, but it was part of a deal that we made with him because he was going to rent to us. He was going to rent us a fucking place. But anyways, yeah, buying a house is fucking bullshit. Yeah, the people who got a house 10 years ago are pretty lucky. Low rate, low sticker price. Well... I mean, the whole trick, though, is that if you got a house back then, don't refinance. Fucking pay that shit off. Everyone thinks that refinancing is just free fucking money. No, the bank's just tricking you into paying them more money. And you have to pay for longer. Fucking hate that shit. Sorry. Again, though. My view of it is entirely skewed by my experience. My view of house buying and owning. And I entirely don't even want to ever own a house. I don't trust it. Because you don't own it. Unless you outright buy it, you don't fucking own it. The bank fucking owns it, and you get to rent it from the bank. So everyone out there who's like, oh yeah, I own a house. Like, oh really? How much do you owe the bank for that house? Because it sounds like the bank still owns it. Yeah, but I get to, like, do whatever I want to the house. Okay, cool, I mean... But, you also still have to pay for everything. I mean, the bank's... You're renting from the bank, but the bank's not paying for any of the upkeep on the house. The bank's not coming out when there's a problem with the house. Nice part about renting is if something bursts, if something goes wrong, fuck, I don't have to worry about it. My fucking landlord comes out here and takes care of it. You know? You own a house, that's on you. You pay for all of that. Although you still don't own the fucking house, the bank does. They can come and take it back whenever the fuck they want. Not whenever they want. Yes, I understand that. Legally, that's not quite how that works, but... I'm cynical. I am cynical about the whole thing, and I think it's stupid, and I think the American housing situation in itself is fucking dumb. Again, the only way I'm buying a house in this... Also around here. Just California in general. It's shit. The only way I'm buying is if fucking rates of some kind go down. If shit becomes reasonable again. And by reasonable, I mean like I looked up a house across the street from my mom again that like sold recently. Not a great house, very small. Old. They're all shitty made houses. Like, it's not even a good fucking street to live on. It kind of is a shit street to live on. Not that far from where my friend got stabbed walking home. Like literally like a block away from where my friend got stabbed walking home. And fucking shit sold for goddamn $500,000. I'm not paying $500,000 for some fucking cracker shack and fucking shit. This shit town? Fuck that. I don't even want to live here. I don't want to commit to having to pay for a fucking house here. I don't want to stay here. I want to get going. I want to move somewhere with a better climate. I hate how hot it gets here. I want to move somewhere with like nice summers. Summers where it's like, oh yeah, we could go outside and do stuff. I would never, but we could. Not summers where I go, if I step outside, I'm gonna burn. Not like skin, because I don't really like get sunburns very much, but I'm just gonna die. Like, I'm just gonna explode. I'm a vampire. I'm just gonna go poof. Just because it's so fucking hot. I hate how hot it gets. It's disgusting. And I'd like to live somewhere that at least somewhat going out. Like in public, it's not so fucking god-awful. I hate this town. I mean, I enjoy myself when I go out, but like, there's so much about this town that's just ghetto. So ghetto. It's ghetto, it's country. It's a mixture of ghetto country. Which is so funny because I feel like Jesse is always confused by that one. He's like, why is this bar playing fucking country music right now? What the fuck? I'm like, oh, that's because everyone here loves fucking country music. We're so close to so many, oh, the ghetto country. Well, there's a lot of farming around us. So, I don't know, it just kind of coincides. There's a lot of gangbangers and sheep bangers. I'm just kidding. There's actually not a lot of. I don't feel like there's a whole lot of sheep farms around here. There's a lot of cows. A lot of cows. A lot of dairy farms. A lot of cow farms. Ranches, I believe they're called. There's a bull riding festival around here. Like twice a year. There's a fucking. Hard to find places with nice summers that aren't crazy expensive. Oh, no. I just mean not summers like we have here. Here it gets like 110 degrees. I'm saying I want to live somewhere where like it doesn't go above 100. There's loads of places that aren't crazy expensive. Loads of places that aren't crazy expensive where it does not get over 100 degrees. That's all I mean by nice summer. I don't want to live in the Bay Area. I don't want to live near a beach. I don't want any of that shit. I don't care about fucking beaches. I just want to not literally boil when I step outside. That's all. San Diego. Yeah, San Diego has great weather, but again, like, there's nothing in San Diego that I care about. I don't like beaches, I don't go outside, I don't play outdoors. That would be really expensive. I'm more thinking, like, the other direction. I want to live in, like... I mean, my dream would be to live in... Washington or Canada. I'm a cold person, though. I like cold weather. I would love to have cold weather. I'd love to have experience a real winter one day. I mean, I've visited places with real winter. It's California, you know. You can still travel like an hour and a half in any direction and find whatever vacation you want, but... But I want to go the opposite direction of San Diego. And also, again, would just be happy if I could move to a place where there wasn't 100-degree weather for half the summer. Where when people say it's fall, like, leaves start changing colors. Say, oh, look, the leaves are changing! Like, that doesn't happen here. Like, trees don't change colors here. It is just the one temperature all the time. It is just hot, it is gross. To each their own. Used to live in a 4-season place with terribly humid summers. But I think a lot of people hate whatever they grow up in. Hell, I don't. I mean, everyone fucking loves hot weather in summer. Everyone I know anyways. Everyone says I'm, like... except for Jesse. Jesse agrees with me. He likes cold weather as well. Everyone's like, no, that's... You're wrong. Like, fucking... Hot summers are where it's at. Blah, blah, blah. Ugh, whatever. There's nothing that makes me more angry than being hot. I hate being hot. That's why I don't leave the house in the summer. I don't go camping. Camping is stupid. Camping is just going and sitting outside in the fucking sun. Why would I do that? I have air conditioning. I stay inside and I set my air conditioner to 72 degrees and I just stay indoors all summer. Because fuck that fucking noise. I also, though, black out a lot when I sweat too much. Fall is definitely my favorite season. I do miss those, to be honest. Yeah, fall is nice. Like, real falls are cool. Where, like, the air starts to change. And you go, ah, it smells like fall, and then all the leaves are, like, colored and cool. Everything around here is just green, and it just stays green. It can be fucking October, and, I mean, it's great for Halloween. You can wear whatever fucking Halloween costume you want, because it's probably not even all that cold. I mean, there was a year that I went as Misty for Halloween. I was not even cold. I think I had a jacket that I ended up taking off. Like, I had a jean jacket that I took with me to, like, the Halloween event that we went to, and I was like, nope, too hot for this jean jacket. Good thing I'm wearing shorts. You actually need a jacket, leave the street. Yeah. I hate it, though. Just so you know, I'm not saying, like... I would much rather be cold. I'd much rather wear my Misty outfit and be like, oh, I'm cold. I'm cold. Although I also am, like, Because me and my friends, we occasionally go to Tahoe in the winter when it's like hella snowy and shit. I definitely am. I am weird with cold. I can sit outside in the cold and I will just become like you could touch me and I will be very cold to touch, but I'll feel fine. I'll be like, oh no, this is great. Like, I feel perfect temperature right now. Like, I just become whatever the temperature is around me, but if I'm just like sitting out in the cold, it's totally fine. And then all my friends will be like, you're crazy. It's too cold out here. I don't want to wait for this place to open. Let's go. I'm like, oh, okay. It's fine. Yeah. I was having a good time. You think the cold is your ally? I was born in it. I wasn't even born in the cold, though. I was born in this hot hellhole. I think that's why I like when it's cold, is just because I was born in a place that's too hot. So now when I'm cold, it's like, finally, something other than sweating until we black out. That's great. I also think most people probably don't black out when they get warm, but maybe that's the difference. That's why my friends are like, oh no, it's great, I love when it's hot out. And I'm like, why? Why would you like that? I don't like passing out. I don't like when my vision goes away. I literally will, like, black the fuck out all the time in the heat. And I've gotten good, like, at, like, faking it. Like, I'm not blacking out. And just, like, sitting down or being like, oh, I'm gonna go grab myself some water. And then, like, sitting down somewhere with a fucking water bottle. Make sure no one knows I'm just blacking the fuck out. Oops, sounds terrible. Yeah, I actually didn't know that, like, I guess people don't, like, black out, like, often. Like, I used to black out, I don't know, a few times a year. I guess that's not a thing that is normal for people. Like, there's lots of stuff that makes me black out. Like, roller coasters make me black out. Which is also why I don't really enjoy roller coasters. Roller coasters, heat, and then a lot of stuff that just, like, would make you dizzy will sometimes make me black out. My brain's not good at being a brain. That's okay. We can sit indoors, we can play video games. We can program for a living so that, you know, you don't have to do... So a summer day at Disneyland may not be your jam? Oh, absolutely would not be my jam. I definitely would just not feel good the whole day. mean, you know, if friends wanted to go and stuff, I'd go, but I would be miserable the whole time. There we go. Yeah. Summer day at Disneyland? Just get on the teacups and then just black out and fucking puke on everything. That's the most likely scenario there. I would much rather have a hot cup of coffee while sitting on a snow-covered patio when it's nice and silent, like at a cabin out in the middle of nowhere. Ooh, and some rum inside the coffee. Some Kraken rum inside a nice hot cup of coffee. Maybe hazelnut coffee. I can picture someone blacking out on the teacups. There was a ride similar to the teacups on when I was in high school. We went to the beach boardwalk at Santa Cruz, and they have a ride that's similar to teacups. I went on it, and this was before I knew like how much I like blacked out. One was bad for me, or like what all. Like, this was maybe my second time at an amusement park in my life. I was like 16. So I went on the teacup-like ride. I blacked out. I blacked out as soon as I got off the teacups. I blacked out during. And then, like, when I would distinctly remember I, like, got up from the teacups, and I was like, okay, well, I blacked out during, but I'm fine now. Got up, walked off 2 steps onto the, like, there was, like, a spindly staircase around the outer, ridge. It was not, like, a very, like, big staircase, but it was just, like, little steps here and there. And I just, like, blacked out and went fucking flat down. And like I think I hit my elbow on the stairs or something like that. I hit either my elbow or my arm or knee or something like that. And, ended up with a huge bruise. And then one of my friends just goes like, Cheyenne, are you okay? And then I just like popped right up and was just like, nope, fine, totally just dizzy. No, I had 100% passed out. I like fully blacked out and just like couldn't brain activity anymore. It was really funny. Oh jeez. I've been to Big Bear a few times. It was definitely nice. I think I went to Big Bear when I was really young, but I can't remember it. My family did not do a lot of amusement park stuff. My dad had cancer when I was a kid. Well, I mean, still has cancer, but he also had it when I was a kid. So we just never really did that stuff. Plus, we were poor, so we couldn't really afford to go to amusement parks. Like, we went to Disneyland and Universal when I was, like, 3. But I think that was the last time we went anywhere. It's cool, guys. I can drive, no problem. Oh, I wonder if I drove home. No, I don't think I drove home from that trip. I was like, I might have driven home. No, not that one that time. I mean, it's fine. Like, every time I've ever blacked out, it's not, like, a fully pass out thing. Like, my consciousness doesn't cease. So it's fine. I mean, sometimes I'll just black out and, like, fall down, but that's about Like, any injury from falling is maybe the most danger. Um, I don't think you can die from blacking out. It's fine. It's fine. And hey, I mean, I honestly... Oh no, I did black out a little bit the other day. Damn it. I was gonna say, it's actually been a while since I've had a blackout, but I did the other day. I don't remember what it was. I was doing something, and I got up and I was like, oh, losing my vision. Oh, that's a familiar feeling. I mean, honestly, I don't think it's anything serious. I think it's just... probably, maybe it's like I'm not healthy or something, you know? I mean... maybe now it's that I'm not healthy. I don't know what it was when I was a kid. Gosh, I remember blacking out when I was a kid all the time, too. Because I would play outside a lot more. So there's a lot more stuff when I was, like, really young. So casual. I haven't experienced that sort of thing yet. Oh, I don't know. I didn't even know that it was like a weird occurrence until I told my boyfriend about it, and he was like, yeah, that's not a thing that happens to people. People don't just black out. And I was like, oh. I mean, I still think it's not anything to be worried about. It's probably just because I've had it since I was a kid. So I just kind of assumed that everyone else always had the same, like, kind of reactions to things. And I just learned to stay away from the things that, you know, like, I don't go on roller coasters. I'm fine with that. I feel like a lot of people would be like, oh, you're missing out. I don't feel like I'm missing out. I feel fine with it. I'm okay with it. It's not the worst thing in the world. I don't really, like, go to amusement parks ever as an adult, so yeah, it makes sense. I can't remember the last time I was at an amusement park, so it hasn't come up a lot in my life. Gibby! Hey, Gibby. I think the only time that the blacking out thing happens frequently now is at, like, concerts or festivals. That's fine. There's usually a lot of water around. It's fine. I just drink some water and sit on my butt until it goes away. It's usually pretty, like, if I go to, like, a summer festival or something, usually I'll hit the blackout feeling pretty early on, and then I'll feel better later. I'll be fine with it later. Oh, the time it really sucks is if I've been drinking alcohol. That's when it gets bad, where I go, oh, I can't drink this alcohol, because then I'm gonna black out, and then I'm gonna, like, trip, and then I'm going to actually seriously injure myself because I've been drinking, so I can't, like... Or sometimes it'll make me just immediately throw up. The combo. Which is why I try to not day drink, even though I know it's, like, one of our friends' favorite activities is day drinking, and I just go, I don't think I can really... Can we day drink in like, December? But when it's cooler out, so I don't, like, pass out from the heat, and then also, like, the alcohol. It's all good, though. All good. How was your day, Gibby? Good. Good, good, good. You missed it. We watched some Gamescom trailers. There's a ton of game news out. New trailers for games and shit. Saw a lot of cool stuff. Hard to not day drink in Vegas. I usually regret it. Well, Vegas also is designed to have a lot of places that keep you nice and perfect temperature. Oh, we'll have to check them out. Yeah. Yeah. Some really good stuff from Gamescom. We just watched it and I already can't remember. There was a lot of like new IPs that was really cool. And now we're just cleaning up this house and whenever I'm done with this I'm probably gonna end stream. Ooh. Gotta go spend time with the puppers. And Jesse will be home soon. I got a lot of work to do tomorrow. Okay. Where else? Where's our other gutters? Am I still crouching? No. I'm walking so slow. Nice. What am I? There we go. I walk so slow on the roof. Kind of funny. Okay, break my ankles. Where? Fucking gnat. There's a gnat that keeps flying by my screen. Ooh, ow, my butt. My butt is numb. Okay, better. Why is this gutter being a jerk? Window. There we go. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Okay, where's the other gutter? Gotta be like this one. Oh, wow, I missed a whole lot there. Missed a whole piece. How dare we? Nice. Okay. And what posts? Oh, this post. Okay. I think I need to get the ladder out here, please. Fucking gutters. Get the ladder out here for these gutters and fuck them up. There we go. Those look good. This. Nice. Okay, let's go. Ram back. Look at this cute ball. Can I kick the ball? I can. Just like with a real gutter. So annoying. Okay. Yay! Look at clean house. I'd live there. I'd live there for 2K a month.